For decades, gardeners treated aged manure as the gold standard. It was the dependable, slow-release fertilizer everyone trusted. But after years of testing, comparing, and tracking plant performance, I realized something surprising. 3 simple kitchen scraps, things most people throw away, can outperform manure in potassium, calcium, and microbial activity when used the right way. Not only are they free, they're available year-round, completely safe to use, and capable of turning tired soil into nutrient-dense, biologically active ground that produces stronger roots, higher yields, and richer flavor in fruits and vegetables. The secret isn't that these scraps are individually special, it's what happens when you combine them into one balanced soil booster. The trio works together, filling in each other's nutrient gaps and creating a slow-release system that's more predictable than manure and gentler on roots. Let's break down exactly how this works. Banana peels supply heavy potassium, the one nutrient manure struggles with. Aged manure contains nitrogen and some phosphorus, but its potassium levels are far lower than most gardeners assume. Banana peels flip that ratio completely. They're rich in potassium, manganese, and trace minerals that drive flowering, fruit development, and disease resistance. To use them effectively, don't bury whole peels. They decompose slowly and unevenly. Instead, chop peels into small squares or blend them with water to create a slurry. 1 quart-sized jar of peel slurry can treat a 4x4 bed. The nutrients seep into soil quickly, providing an immediate potassium boost and a longer steady release as the remaining fibers break down. If you dry peels first and grind them into powder, you get an even more concentrated amendment. A tablespoon sprinkled around each plant works better than many commercial bloom boosters. Eggshells add bioavailable calcium that manure can't match. Calcium deficiency is common in home gardens, but manure rarely solves it because the calcium inside it is locked in a form that releases slowly. Eggshells, however, are almost pure calcium carbonate, and when prepared correctly, they break down far faster than limestone or gypsum. The mistake most gardeners make is just throwing shells directly into the soil. Whole shells, well, they can stay intact for years. The right way is actually pretty simple. Dry the shells, grind them to a fine powder, and then mix them into the top 2 inches of soil. Powdered shells begin releasing calcium almost immediately, and your plants can absorb it long before blossom end rot has a chance to show up. For raised beds, using about a half cup of powdered eggshells per square foot gives you season-long stability, and for containers, a tablespoon per gallon of soil is enough to maintain calcium balance and reduce stress on your fruiting plants. Coffee grounds, well, they ignite microbial activity that manure just can't replicate. This is where the trio becomes powerful. Coffee grounds are nitrogen-rich, microbe-friendly, and capable of accelerating decomposition around the banana peel and eggshell particles. They don't work because of their nitrogen alone, they work because they activate bacterial colonies, which then unlock minerals from the other 2 ingredients. Manure does supply microbes, but its microbial diversity depends entirely on the animal's diet and digestion. Coffee grounds, when mixed into soil or compost in thin layers, create consistent, reliable heat and bacterial expansion. The trick is moderation. A thin sprinkle, just enough to coat the soil surface, is all you need. If you combine grounds with chopped banana peel and eggshell powder, the microbes break everything down together, releasing potassium and calcium at a steady pace. In tests, this combination often outperformed aged manure in root mass, leaf color, and flowering response. Okay, so for every square foot of your garden bed, you'll want to use about 2 tablespoons of banana peel powder, or if you've got the slurry, go with 3 tablespoons. Then, add 1 to 2 tablespoons of finely powdered eggshell and just a light dusting, like 1 to 2 teaspoons, of coffee grounds. You can just blend these lightly right into the soil surface, or if you prefer, apply them as a top dress and water them in really well. The great thing is, this mix doesn't burn roots and honestly, it works fast while still feeding your plants through the whole season. Now, this trio won't totally replace compost, but it absolutely can stand in for manure, and it does the job more cleanly, more consistently, and without costing you a dime.